Alright, should be recording. It looks like I'm not having any GPU problems. I'll explain that. Key was provided by Just Cause 3. So, I'm just like losing track exactly how I want to talk about this. This is a point one, but yeah. Just Cause 3, key was originally provided by Square Enix for the review back when it came out. Whoa. Weird. Why is it doing? Okay, I guess pausing. Frame rate was really high. Like 400. That's not weird. Maybe rate and chill isn't actually working quite right. Anyway, I did a capture from the test system using the capture card on my desktop, which sometimes makes the GPU go a little wonky. I don't know exactly what. I was hoping that it wouldn't happen, and it looks like it hasn't. I think it's like some weird VRAM thing. But yeah, I had to capture to do a graphics quality analysis in The Witcher 3 because it finally got a version bump. Alright. First. I don't even know what gun. Yeah, it's point one, so I'm just doing this kind of cleanup stuff, challenges, and collectibles. I don't know how that one didn't go down as I was expecting, but okay. I know I was missing some of those, but I got enough, so it's all good. It's all fine, all good. Okay. So I'm just also checking something on my laptop. There. So yeah, The Witcher 3 finally got a version bump from version 4 to version 4.01. So I did that, didn't I? So I am working on a performance analysis in there, which, as usual for me, I start with a graphics quality analysis, and the best way to capture that video is capturing it with the desktop. But previously, when I'd done that, previously, but recently, with like Dying Light 2 would have been that way, and I think one before it, where it just, for whatever reason, really messed up the GPU, but all it took was a restart. Easy fix, it's just, I don't like it.
The people called for immediate elections to oust President Dante. Rosa Manuela continues to surprise me with her tactics. She easily manipulates the hearts of the people, but I command the loyalty of the military. Her first action as president assuredly displaces me from power. The time for decisive action approaches with startling speed.
This is actually probably at the top of the building. Yeah. Yep. Oh, a little bit higher. Yeah, so still more data collection to do,
Day 16.
but things are going well.
The Democratic Commission, under the watchful eye of the international community, will hold their elections. In 2 weeks' time, the people will choose Rosa Manuela over President Dante to lead them. It demonstrates just how much of a fool he is to think he can beat Rosa in a fair election.
I'd actually be over here. There.
Day 1705. The military remains on high alert. All leave cancelled. The agency, via Rosa Manuela's people, leaked President Dante's travel itinerary to the rebels. Dusku's ego struggles in the obscurity of this rebellion. I wager he will personally pull the trigger tomorrow.
Here? Man, it's well, true, it is.
You must leave the premises immediately or face elimination.
It is the city of Ducavello, but,
We need support.
still was not expecting quite so many Ducavello tapes.
Reports of hostiles in the area. All units respond.
Come on, there we go.
This is dispatch. Target is still at large. Find him.
Ah, so
We are sending naval support to your location.
I've encountered one weird thing. I don't really want to talk about it, but just I wasn't expecting some of the performance stuff that I've been seeing with The Witcher 3 so far. Do jump. Cool. I will disable it if it is. Okay. And there's one thing that occurred to me recently when I was looking at some movies. That is, well, I talked about some of the file encoding stuff that I've done, and I do kind of feel like this is, you know, also worth some mention. Ooh. Nice, this thing having as much armor as it does.
Sure you want to do this?
Come on.
What's happening up
There we go.
Respond immediately.
I'm still losing so much time, but... Yeah. I'll take 3. I don't feel like trying to do this one again. The mines are annoying, especially with how the luchador actually pilots.
Sometimes I amaze even myself.
Yeah, so, I know I've talked about AV1 before. You know, I don't actually think Radiant Chill's even running, and it should be. Maybe the drivers are a little screwed up. Anyhow, so one of the things I've talked about with AV1, and I'm predominantly using 265 for what I'm doing with the, like, movie encoding. It's faster, well-developed already, all that stuff. But AV1 has this one interesting feature to it called grain synthesis, where it will run a denoiser on the video to try to remove film grain, a kind of noise. And then, because noise is always very hard to encode, because it's random. So it's and all compression methods benefit from finding patterns, so random stuff is good. But with grain synthesis, it not only tries to remove it, it tries to then put it back. So it'll keep certain statistics based on the grain, and we'll try to put it back in there when you at decoding. It's a very clever concept. But one thing occurred to me. But we have to let Dia develop.
1707. President Dante's death turned gruesome. The panic caused a stampede, crushing my men underfoot. Dante's body needed to be recovered, piece by piece. I have imposed martial law across the land and cancelled the election. Rebel hideouts burn across Medici. Tuscu escaped the scene, but I will need his confession to arrest Rosa Manuela.
What occurred to me was, for a number of movies, the grain changes throughout the film. So, film grain is not just a, oh yeah, all films have grain. Yes, that is true. But it's also different kinds of film, including different manufacturers, will have different amounts of grain in them. But it's sometimes you will intentionally have to change them. Because, like, if you want a really fast film, like you're filming in the dark, those grains are a larger size, typically. Because they need to be larger to absorb more light while the shutter is open. This one is tricky, but I got it. So if you have a film then, a movie then that is both day and night, that has both day and night scenes, there's a good chance then that you're actually going to have different grains, which means the noise is going to be. I have no knowledge of the grain synthesis stuff having that kind of intelligence to it. Because I'm pretty sure it is, you put a setting in there for how intense you want it to be noise and also how much grain you want put back in. But if it's varying throughout the film, then whatever your initial setting is invariably going to be wrong at some point. In theory, there might be a way to have it be like on a 2-pass thing where 1 pass would find all of that. You would need to do frame analysis to determine stuff like that, and then do stuff there. So it's like I could see that being possible, but it's like on its own, this is actually not a useful technology. It's an intriguing one, but it's not a useful. I think I'm gonna hate this. It's an F1 car. This is not gonna be easy. It's small for an F1 car, but it is still an F1 car. Controls so differently than others. Just missed it unless it gives me a bonus at the end. No. But yeah, it had to have been 125. I'm not doing it again. Sorry. Okay. Clear that. But this is not currently in the garage, so let's take care of that. Since I, do still have it.
Reese's Beauties, didn't you, Rico? Back before you left, I mean.
Alright. Now. That. And yeah, that's it. Yeah, going back to the grain synthesis stuff, in theory, some films today where they are adding the film grain in, and yes, they will actually do that, like with any animated film. Well, yeah, and the completely digitally animated films, they will actually put film grain on there because the human eye, we do expect it. We are used to seeing it there. It not being there makes it look really plastic. But there it makes sense. On video games, there's plenty of video games that add film grain as an option. Though I'm not sure why exactly. If you're recording in a video game, you should be turning off the film grain setting. I'm just seriously. I don't know why you would make it harder on yourself.
Peace.
I can't really think of too much else to talk about. Maybe a little bit more about The Witcher 3, which it is nice to be spending time in that game again. I do just enjoy that game.
Day 1708. Drusku easily succumbed to modest interrogation techniques. I possess a video confession stating he acted in the interest of Rosa Manuela and received financing from her campaign. I posted an arrest warrant for her within hours.
That's most likely going to pull me away, so let's try to get this first. Probably here. Okay. I could hear it over here, but it wasn't.
Day 1709. The agency is furious at my choice of tactics. They can knock all they want. Our union is far past consummation. The people are calling the military takeover the Night of the Bonfires. They'll remember it as the night we shed pretenses and burned away our shameful weaknesses.
Right. Where we go? Come on. Maybe I could just off-road to get to in this area, but you know, here definitely want to stay on the road because this is not an off-road vehicle. You want all the speed you can get, which means being on tarmac.
Sending ground reinforcements to your position.
I might be able to still get 5 on this. It's getting less likely, but...
All units, find the rebel. Pursue aggressively.
I'm probably dead, which means this won't count. Oh no, I didn't die. Wow. That's good enough. Oh, and was that the last I needed? Yes. Neat. Okay. There's still 13 more I can get. 13 more gears in this, but no, don't need to. Yeah, it might be possible to do that. Well, no, it is definitely possible, because that did not set the personal record for me. That was 20,003, so... But that's okay, that's okay. You know, I do wonder, with the AV1 stuff, and just video compression in general, if we're going to see a paradigm shift at some point. Because it does seem like some of they're obsessing over trying to get specific things to be better that I'm not sure if it's quite worth doing all of that. Like, a fade out is something that's actually really hard in video compression. Just the nature of it is like fading to black is actually it's not an easy thing. In theory, though, if you just could say, hey, pull the luminance down to 0,
Day 7.
but keep the underlying image, that would actually compress better.
The agency's fury. A spoke gift should suffice. Remembering the young race car driver, I personally oversaw the burning of the Rodriguez household. The screams meant little to my ears. That they meant even less to my men. Faces blank and fire lit, guns trained on all exits, filled me with the pride of my accomplishments. Now the agency rescues with open arms a newly orphaned recruit. Thank you, Rico Rodriguez. Your life of servitude to them buys Medici and security.
A scaling codec would also be a good
12.
thing.
Rosa Manuela absconded with a few advisors, seeking political asylum in South America. She predicted my pardon of rule too quickly. I must be cautious with her. She will not give up easily. While she draws breath, my absolute rule can be challenged. Day 1714. A military raid of Rosa Manuela's main campaign office revealed more documents linking her to the death of President Dante. Further investigation revealed money flowing to a growing rebellion in the south through an ex-general, De Luca. I must say, those men at the agency do good work.
So a scaling codec, and I have seen some talk about one before. The way it works is basically you may have the base video encoded at 480p. You then have an overlay that adds all the detail going to 720 on top of it, and then another that would be to 1080 and another to 2160, which would be 4K. And the reason you do that is so that then you basically have a single file that you can just try to send as much information as you can. And I mean, in theory, this will be fast. Seriously? I'm sorry. That's quite a problem. Oh my god. Like this was not tested. But anyway, yeah, you can do that, and so you could also then just have it, ignore certain information and just, show whatever it's best capable of, which would make it kind of similar to, and I mean, think about it, they put a lot of work into it, having a single color broadcast sent out for television, and black and white TVs still worked fine with that. It would ignore the color information and continue to work with the luminance information. It's like, actually put that effort in to make sure that would work. It seems like nobody bothers with trying to do that today. That kind of radical backwards compatibility. At least with some of the codec stuff. And also, oh crap, oh good, I just made that turn. Something else that does remind me of, I talked about how HDMI like actually achieved the one plug to rule them all kind of thing. And I mentioned, nice, 4 seconds to spare. I mentioned that, I mentioned that there is a specification for HDMI. It's called HD Base T, by the way. That it includes Ethernet on there, or maybe I have that little reverb, and it's actually an Ethernet standard that has full HDMI on there. I think it's HDMI, and they have just some of the lines are Ethernet. I was talking to my dad because in his line of work, he is aware of this stuff and things like that. It is a full Ethernet spec, and the reason why that's important is that Ethernet, there's the power over Ethernet capability with 100 watts, which means that you could have an HDMI cable sending 100 watts. So, I mean, true that, you wouldn't necessarily, well, no, actually there are a good number of television displays that would be able to handle that. Well, that would be powered with that. Receivers, no. Although a receiver could be what sends it out. But, I mean, it's like, it really has the capabilities that they want to be able to have in USB-C. But it has less of the whole... I mean, you couldn't get an HDMI, or an Ethernet cable for that matter, that can supply power but no data. That would never exist. But it does exist for Type-C. You also... Well, I guess you... Well, actually, I don't know. As far as the version of HDMI, like, you know, because you can have USB Type-C cables that are actually USB 2.0, because that specification is different from the physical spec than the plug type. I don't know if you could have something like an HDMI, an HD base T, that'd only be like HDMI 1.4, assuming that this is... Now I feel like looking it up. HD base T, Ethernet, HDMI, that should be enough. Okay, it is... So I do have it reversed. It is a Ethernet thing, because it uses Cat5e or better. But it has capability of sending uncompressed ultra-high definition video, digital audio, DC power, Ethernet, and USB 2 and other control communications over a single cable. It is an HDMI standard for the video, I believe, though, not just an arbitrary video signal. Okay, the audio signal does say up to 32 channel 24-bit to 192 kilohertz PCM embedded in HDMI or separate bidirectional SPDIF. So yes, it is an HDMI protocol that's used there for the medium. I guess it does make sense that you would use Ethernet there because it's probably a better physically superior port. How it clips in. Also, the cables are certainly designed for tremendous length
in vain.
and resilience. Like data resilience. But okay. So, but that is then more HDMI as a protocol in there. But still, I want to say that there is an HDMI spec that does have like some of the pins on it are for general data. It's just not that one. Oh, I may regret. Oh, I can't. I am not. I can't use the F1. Come on. Ah, crap. It would not turn. It just could not turn. I should say, not would not, it could not. Maybe the tractor actually would be better. Nope. Yeah, let's, for the stupidity of it, it might have better control on what went off it. That's all I'm hoping. It is slower without the boost, but as I said, if it has control here, yeah, it does. That was an issue. Okay. Wow. This is gonna be pain unless I can find a different vehicle to use. I could just skip it too. Leave it for another, or, well, no. I won't come back to it if I don't do it now, because I'll forget. Ah! Oh, it caught. Barely, but it caught. This is such a long one. Pardon me, that wishes I was paying attention to what the time is that I'm aiming for. Should not have hit the handbrake. Yeah, only 3. That's hard, though. That really is. Alright. Here and that, actually, I think is it. Because I didn't clear out any other area. Oh, wait. I forgot about here. Yes, so I do have... Cool. I'm not...
Here he comes.
Oh.
King of the rebels.
Ooh, that was... Kind of running out of things to talk about. Huh? Well, I have run out of things to talk about, I should say. Hey, back. Why did it tell me this?
Over my dead body.
Keep hearing it like in the opposite direction where it says it is. Oh, there's two. That's why. Good reason why.
Day 1715. As planned, DeLuca stabbed Dushku through his neck and into his brain as we paraded him to prison. I then personally shot DeLuca as he tried to escape, unfortunately getting a small spot of blood on my newly pressed uniform cuff. It bothered me during the ensuing panic. Time for order and the rule of law to firmly take root. Day
Yeah, not quite.
1717. I suspended the Constitution, with the promise of a return to democracy once we root out the violent elements within our society. The people's representatives voted unanimously for the resolution. Of course, I must ensure the violent elements continue to provide fuel for my perfect flame of order.
Probably. Yep, right there.
Posa in pace.
Reminds me, I do want to replay and record, capture the Assassin's Creed. A lot of these Assassin's Creed. I don't need to do it for Origins Odyssey of Valhalla because I have to replay through them. I don't know how much I'd want to do some of them. Like, I think I could probably get myself to do 3. But Unity and Syndicate They're not bad games. I just don't know if I'd want to spend my time in them again. But 1, 2, Brotherhood, Revelations, Black Flag. Yeah, I'd definitely be willing to do that. You know, I'm just gonna fast travel. This is quite. That's the nuke launcher. I'm not sure exactly. Find out. Yeah. I think this is like some sort of orbital strike thing. I don't know what the other one. Wow, this is silly. And just the time it takes for it to actually fire. How do you build up any kind of... Wait, is it actually like... Oh! Alright. I get it. I don't want to use this weapon. Let's see about the other. I keep redirecting its fire. So, yeah. That's about it. Hopefully this other one will be better. Nope. I think not. Alright then. We got a tank. I'm hoping for a helicopter. Let's see. Do have planes, which, I mean, yeah, I don't really like them, but they are gonna be faster. This one, I think. Oh, I don't think I went by those. I think those spawned in. But it's this one that I want. Because of the bombs. I'm working on it. Maybe this isn't gonna work. They do take a while to fill, and this takes so long to turn. Yeah, this is... Yeah, go wild. It says, and it's like, then giving you just tailball. The lightning gun is nice. The nuke would be nice too, I think. Because at least with that, you know it's clearing stuff out, but... to... It didn't even destroy it. Dang. Yeah, look at how terrible this is. Huh. I mean, if it would queue, it wouldn't be so bad. Why? Oh, yeah, that's obscene. How bad that. If it queued up, though, then it wouldn't be as terrible. But, let me just check. Mission. And it might be the final mission, because I know I did see somebody in a comment talking about they wait until the end of the game so that they can do that. Just use that for the stuff. Sorry. I'm taking this. I mean, even this would have been more effective, because fire all those off. Tour. Is this one gonna have multiple paths? That it just no is an overcomplication, an unnecessary overcomplication. That was close. This is also going to be. Ah, son of a. I'm braking for turning. Hey, let me put these away because I was going so slow. How about not? I understand why you can't have the jetpack, but damn, I wish I could have the jetpack for some of these. Oh. And I still have the race to do it. No, I'm sorry. I know I can get those perfect, so I have to try. Maybe I should have kept going. Nope. Gonna keep trying. Okay. Doing better so far. Yeah, that I'm just not. Okay. Oh, let's get down there. Whoa. Okay. I don't even want to speculate just how muscular you'd have to be. Like, limbs and core to manage some of this. Damn it! I'm at least gonna take these 3 gears? But I want to complete. This. And it's also kind of weird because it's just like this first stuff is so different from that. Because this is, you know, like threading the needle. That's more like just precision, well, precise elevation, like maintaining a height over the ground. This, I mean, it's like the kinds of turns you have to worry about here, totally different. And also, you're doing those slow. I was concerned. No. Damn it! I was robbed. It robbed me. It absolutely robbed me there with that tree. I don't even know where that tree came from. I mean, it's like suddenly I just... Not true. I was looking forward to where I needed to go. Not looking forward for, you know, what am I gonna slam into suddenly without warning. At least this does feel very much one that I am getting better at it as I go. Oof. That's okay, that's okay. It's more important to not crash there than to get it perfect. That I thought I got. Yeah, it's like when I was doing the ones for the jetpack. Where it... Son of a... See, what also sucks there is it's a turn, but it's so subtle. You don't... It doesn't register until you're so near it. And then it's like, oh yeah, turn into the trees. But where it seems like the perfect is within the center arrow, the center tip of the triangles, the one that is pointing the direction for how it rotates, as opposed to the triangles, the outer edge. That's what it seemed like there, and that's what it was seeming like here as well. But it's also weird, because I do feel like there were some of these where it actually was red, just hitting the outer edge of the red triangles was enough for a perfect. It could be inconsistent. It shouldn't. The scripts, the triggers and such for these should be the same. But maybe they're not. I mean, it's possible. Depending on how it was built. Like if instead of it... Yeah, I'm not getting that. Instead of it being like using a single asset consistently, it was like somebody copying and pasting, there might have ended up being different ones in there. Or they could have been like, hey, we want this different. But it still is. I would have been advocating, no. It needs to be the whole of the red circle. Because that's what you can see. It being part of it is unclear and unfair. Okay, no, those trees do come up suddenly. You don't have a view of them until you're much too close. I really don't feel bad now for that. But I think if I can nail this, I think I got it. I think I got 5. I'm not doing it again. Even if I did. What is it? What is it though? 70, yeah. Which does mean if I had gotten just one more perfect than I did, I would have had. Alright, what do we got? Motorcycle. Sure. It's fast. It's a little awkward. It's not terrible, though. The real question is how off-road is it going to be? If it's going to be very off-road, I got problems. If not, then I'm actually going to be okay. Count as road, even though they are dirt, which is actually kind of a problem. Well, it is technically a problem, but this isn't a racing game, so it actually doesn't matter. Like if this were an F1 game or one of the dirt games, yeah, then it would be quite an issue. $107. What was the 5? The normal thing. What was it? 115. I shaved 8 seconds off. Absolutely because I'm using that. Alright. Good on that. Okay, so that'll be it. I do not know why is that marked? Because I did get it. Maybe I'll do this next. The label. Actually, no. Okay, I might do that next, but I'm first going to clear this area. Might actually be that even takes you here, but this is a major camp right there. So yeah, I might do that first before doing this, but it is possible that we'll get this done next time. All right. I shall see you then.